EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martin here with your outlook for March 19th, 2021 is the last full day of winter, calendar winter that is, before we go into spring, and that will be starting at 5:37 a.m. on Saturday. It will feel like winter today, at least relative to time of year. We're going to have temperatures that are going to be very slightly below average, not really too bad though. We look at the highs today for north to south, about 5 degrees below what average should be for this time of year, so we're looking at 5 or 6 degrees. It looks like 40 degrees farther to the north and 46 far southeast, so it will be a little bit cooler. One thing we did not have last night was this miraculous change of snow that had been hyped for weeks and weeks about. This is now the 5th time this month that we've heard the hype about some big snow coming in March, and it just never happened. And we were looking at maybe some back-end snow here. If you look at the radar, this is the one I'm recording here late this evening, and you can see there was a little bit of snow mixing in some of the higher elevations here at the very end of northeast PA. That's up here. But we did not see any appreciable accumulations up in those regions, and you're not going to see it anywhere else either. Might have a few flakes arbitrarily mixing in and a few other spots up there, but for the southeast, it's not going to happen. Temperatures are too warm, and the precipitation is just about done. It's going to move out just after midnight, so we're running out of time here. And then we're going to have a just decreasing clouds during the day on Friday. No precipitation whatsoever. You can just confirm by the NAM. The latest one of the NAM, here's 6 a.m. It is well off to the south and not even close to being to our near our region. So any morning clouds are going to give way to sun. It is going to be breezy though today, at least to start. We're going to have through about mid-morning or so, we'll have some wind gusts. They could reach as high as 35 in the higher elevations, but generally 30 or less elsewhere. And as we get past mid-morning, you'll see it drop off into the 20s, and once we get into the afternoon, we'll drop even further into the teens for those gusts. So it won't be too bad once we get past this morning with the wind gusts, but it is going to be colder today. As you look at the image below the video here, though, tomorrow's mostly sunny, and we're into the 50s. Okay, so about a 10-degree jump. So we're going to go from slightly below average to slightly above average on Saturday, and so keep it better from there, but not crazy, though. We're not going to have some crazy warmth like we had last week when we had temperatures going into the 70s. I don't think that's happening this week. We're going to be still pretty warm, though, but temperatures are going to be recovering back into near 60 or on either side of 60 degrees just about every single day next week through Thursday, which is the end of our 7-day forecast period. So the good news is we're going to dry out here. Okay, we had a decent amount of rain, nothing crazy. Most places got over an inch of rain. I'm sitting at 1.08 right now as I'm looking over at my my weather station here. So 1.08 is what we had today here in just about 5 miles north of Allentown. So that's pretty consistent from some of the totals I've seen across the region. We will have a chance to dry out this week. High pressure is going to be sitting almost on top of us. So you're going to have mostly wash, rinse, repeat. It's going to be mostly sunny, mostly sunny, mostly sunny, mostly sunny. Straight through Tuesday, Saturday through Tuesday, every single day is mostly sunny, and we're going to have temperatures, again, about middle 50s or thereabout on Saturday, and then we're approaching 60 or near, or maybe even hitting 60 degrees by Sunday, and remaining that way straight through the week. Once we get to Wednesday, we're going to have the clouds start to increase again. We have a system that's going to, as this high pressure moves offshore, and it is not this system here. There's another system that is going to be making its way toward the region. It's going to be on Friday, but in advance of that, on Thursday, there could be a few showers with that. There would be Wednesday night and Thursday if that were to happen. The European model is not too thrilled with it. GFS has a couple showers here, so we do have that lower chance of showers here on Thursday ahead of this system, which will come in at the end of the week and bring us another chance of rain by next Friday. But that's outside of our 7-day forecast window, so we'll just keep this one on the back burner for now. Just enjoy the temperatures, very spring-like temperatures. Again, spring arrives at 5:37 in the morning on Saturday. It's going to feel every bit of spring for the first full week of it at least. And then we might take a slight step back toward the end of the month, but slight step back meaning going back to the 50s, not going to the 40s and 30s and snow and all that stuff. We are done this year for snow. Certainly for this rest of this month, if you did see some snowflakes at all during this past week, that's probably the last you're going to see of them again until next season. Okay, There's a Weather Weeklies video that I do that many of you are familiar with. I do it during the winter months, and it goes from November all the way through the end of the last wintry threat. And I stopped the last Weather Weeklies video on February 28th this year because I had already made the declaration that winter was going to be over. And this was after a near record month of February. Very extensive amounts of snow fell during that month, and I caught a lot of slack for that. A lot of people were like, "Well, it gets snow in March, and you're an idiot. You're delusional." Well, here is the snow totals I put up during that video. Snow thus far through the 27th of February. This is what we had as far as snow across the region. Every single one of these locations, these numbers are still exactly the same. They're going to remain exactly the same going forward as well. We are not going to have snow the rest of March, and April does not look like it's going to be any snow either. Okay, so this is probably your final, and that's why I stopped the video. I don't stop the video if it's a winter video on February 28th unless I'm pretty confident it's going to happen. So let that be a lesson to all the experts out there that told me different. But I'm telling you, there's things I do the long range for the company. I know a little bit of about the long range, and I just did not see a pattern conducive for it. If there was something that was going to be happening, it was going to be this week. Didn't really materialize, so that's it. Once you get to the equinox, we said it was over. That's it. There's no chance for anything, even flakes. We're done, and that's going to be the case. It's still the case going forward, and it doesn't look like April's going to produce either. So we are transitioning to spring. Enjoy the weather that's coming up. Things will start growing and blooming soon here if they haven't already. But we're going to have temperatures get into the at least the 50s, and if not 60s by the time we get through much of next week. Looks like every single day is on either side of 60 degrees from north to south. So we'll have some nice weather coming forward, but we'll just have to watch the system here at the end of the week that might produce some rain. That'll be for another time once this gets into our 7-day forecast window. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchers. That is your outlook for March 19th, 2021. Have a great Friday.